2005, 12
Yeah.
years old, your first Canada Games.
Yeah.
12 years old, what is that experience even like?
It was very, very exciting, and everything was just like coming at you. But I had such a great team. They treated me like a little sister, so they like took care of me and everything. But I mean, when it got to swimming, it was just, like dog fight there. It was fun though. I really enjoyed it, and I mean, that's where I got my start of my career. So it's exciting to be here again now in this capacity.
Could you imagine at 12 that you would go on and compete in 5 Paralympics?
Definitely not. I think at that stage, not even one Paralympics was kind of on my radar. So I would just swam because I love to swim. That's it. And I just was doing so well. And everything kind of, let's say, exploded from there. And here we are, like, how many years later?
Yeah.
20 years later.
20 years, 5-time Paralympian, of course, champion, ultimate champion of swimming. And you're on the board now.
I am.
And a Canada Games is coming to Newfoundland, your home province.
Excited.
How exciting is that?
It is going to be incredible. Just being in the province is going to be incredible. Regardless, obviously, you know what? There's always going to be some hitch with anything. Mm-hmm. Any games you've been to, there's always something, right? So we're not going to say it's going to be perfect, but it's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And right off the bat, just because it's going to be the people around there, it's going to be phenomenal. Newfoundland and Labradorians are known to be super friendly and just great people. So I'm excited for the rest of the country to come to our island and see that for themselves.
I want to get screeched in. Sorry.
Yes.
Can you screech me in?
I don't think I can. My fiance can,
okay.
But we can make it happen.
I mean, there's just such a full circle moment here, because the pool that you swam in and grew up swimming in is getting a huge makeover, right?
And much needed makeover.
But I mean, and we're, there's humor in our voice there, but to my understanding, this was infrastructure built in 1977, and it's getting a bunch of money injected into it, and that's so beautiful, because think of all the other Katarinas that will be birthed just because the pool is.
I'm excited for it because I've swam in that pool for how many years now, and I know that pool desperately needed some love. It desperately needed some love. So I'm excited for this next up-and-coming generation to get this amazing facility to use. Not just the pool, but there's so many other great facilities that have gotten the love that it needs, the touch-up it needs, and it's going to bring not just like exciting new life into it, but so many more people are going to want to use these facilities, and that's how these kids get their start and get out into the world, and Canada Games, then they go on the national team, then they go to international competitions, then they become Olympians, and it's exciting. It's a huge start in so many different ways. So it's exciting stuff.
It is so exciting. As I've mentioned, you have gone to 5 Paralympics.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people perhaps think that, sometimes the biggest lessons are learned at the highest stage. And I actually think the biggest lessons in sport are usually in your developmental years.
It is.
When you think back to being 12, what was one of the bigger lessons that you took with you from that experience?
12 years old, I mean, I'm not perfect. I never will be. But I mean, as a 12-year-old, I definitely made a lot of mistakes. But like I said, you learn from all of these things. I don't think I can pinpoint one thing, but sport has given me so many different life lessons that I use in every single day of my life. Not just about sport, but about every different parts of my life. Like about time management, about organization, about just having the people around you and how to interact with people, communication skills. So it's given me so much in all of my years. But like you said, at that young age, that's where you learn it and you enhance it as you keep growing and growing. And then you get, like being 5-time Paralympian, you get this experience, and then it's just kind of like a walk in the park. Now, has everything been easy as you get older? No, definitely not. But it gets easier to manage, let's say.
Yeah.
Much easier to manage. But you learn all those things at that bottom level there, the first step of it, of the journey, so.
You were on the board, as I've mentioned.
Yes.
What are you excited to build into? You know, like the Canada Games gives so much to so many, but especially like with the Paralympic movement and parasport.
Yeah.
What role can Canada Games play in that?
Oh my gosh, you know, for me, just even speaking about myself, it was a huge stepping stone. It's the first step that I had for myself in my long career. And for me, I'm excited to see all the next up and coming Paralympians. It doesn't have to be swimming, it can be any sport, coming up and getting that experience and then like thriving off of that and building onto that for their career. I think it's going to be exciting to see, especially where Newfoundland and Labrador is such a small province, to see the inspiration that all the athletes have on the locals and how it'll impact them. And like, oh, I saw this guy in tennis and he was doing so well. I want to try tennis. And then that's how it all starts. It's all about inspiring the next generation, regardless of who you are.
Yeah, no, and I mean, 100%. And it's cool to see paracycling being included in Newfoundland.
Yes,
so
it's very exciting.
You know, our offerings are growing, which is super exciting.
Yep.
I think a lot of people are talking about nation building and the future of Canada.
Yep.
What role do you see sport playing in that conversation? What role do you see Canada Games playing in that conversation?
Oh my gosh, I think Canada Games is huge, huge, not even a cornerstone or a pillar. It's a huge aspect to building a much stronger Canada. Sport is everywhere. Every country has sport. And for us to have the Canada Games, it builds the next up and coming generation and allows them to thrive as well. I think everyone is so super excited for any Canada Games coming up, the Winter Games. I was excited about the Winter Games in 2023. I'm not a winter athlete whatsoever, but I was so excited to see it. I went to all the different sports. I got to experience that, and that in itself was super inspiring, right? And for me, myself, I'm a summer athlete, but it was still inspiring to me. So to know that this is coming, this is going to happen, it's going to build a much stronger Canada for sure.
How obsessed were you with the pins?
So obsessed. I still have them all. I've collected them through all the years, and Canada Games was the first experience for me to start collecting. I'm like, what is this? A bag of Newfoundland pins? What do I do with them? You trade. I was like, oh, okay. And I think I got rid of all my Newfoundland pins. I kept one as like a memory pin, but then everything else I just started trading, and I still have all of them. I have every single pin.
That is so fun. You know what? Everyone I've talked to has said the exact same thing. They're like, we kept them. And I think by the end of my 2007 experience, like your lanyard is 20 pounds.
So heavy.
You might as well be holding a gold medal because your neck is just kind of like this. Yeah.
It's so true. No. But it's so nice. And to see like all the different provinces come together and have all these different pins, it's exciting. And that's how you get to meet people as well. That's how you make friends. That's how you get to network at such a young age as well. So it's exciting stuff.
What was the identity of Team Newfoundland?
Oh man, we were just super happy, super friendly. I remember, I think every single team always would bring whatever field of play they were in, would always bring the fisherman's hat. So whenever there was a Newfoundland and Labradorian in the water, we would obviously have the Newfoundland flag, but we'd always wear the fisherman's hat, the bright yellow fisherman's hat. So I'm excited to see that like in St. John's while all the sports are going on. So,
that's so wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was great chatting with you.
Thank you.